Next on Worcester News tonight, thousands head to the polls in Worcester County. We'll bring you the latest on a big election day turnout. Plus, a new city means a new name. The Pawtucket Red Sox are asking people to cast a vote to help name the new team. Good evening and thanks for joining us. I'm Olivia Lemon. Today is Election Day and there are several races in Worcester County along with statewide races. Hundreds cast their ballots at the polls in the city today, saying they want their voice to be heard. Our Rosalind Flaherty joins us now with more. Rosalind?
Olivia, the Worcester City Clerk's office says it was still too early to tell the voter turnout this afternoon, but do say they were already seeing large numbers by noon. Eager voters line up at the polls on Election Day in Worcester to cast their ballots.
We have a right that a lot of people don't get to do that, so I want to know that my vote counts.
People in there, we have to make sure they are making the correct decisions for us.
The city clerk's office is reporting more than a 20% turnout by midday at some precincts. The lines may be longer in the 17th Worcester District, where a contested race is taking place between David LaBeouf and Paul Fullen.
I'm thrilled today that I've never seen this many people come in to vote.
Diane Langford James made sure she came out to the polls along with her 19-year-old grandson.
I'd like to see all the voters get out and vote because we make a difference and every vote counts.
I feel like it's something that we need to do as individuals.
Some say they want to see change, while others like the way the government is being run.
I don't have a problem with the way things are.
Mainly concerned now about the national politics. It's really important, and we'll see tonight what the voters say.
I'd like to see change and somebody in there that's a little bit kinder.
The clerk's office is hoping to beat the number of voters they had in 2014, which was a 36% turnout. And they say the numbers are looking promising.
This election, they've been alert, and we've seen it during early voting as well as through absentee voting. They really care about the issues. They're on the ballot as well as some of the questions.
Now, there are 111,000 registered voters in the city of Worcester, and polls close at 8 p.m. Rosalind Flaherty, Worcester News Tonight.
And in Leicester, more than 1,800 residents had already voted by early afternoon. The town's clerk, Deborah Davis, says this is one of the busiest election seasons she has seen in a while. Davis says the 17th Worcester District race and an additional question on the town's ballot could be the reason more people are heading to the polls.
I also feel what's going on in the country, people one way or the other want to make their vote be heard.
And in the race for governor, incumbent Charlie Baker is up against Democrat Jay Gonzalez. Gonzalez is trying to upseat the popular governor. John Maroney reports from West Roxbury with the latest on the race.
Charlie Baker and his wife Lauren casting ballots in Swampscott this morning as the Massachusetts governor looks to win a second four-year term.
The only prediction I'm going to make is that I know the polls close tonight, and we'll see what the voters have to say.
Baker says he's not taking anything for granted, even though he's been labeled the most popular governor in the nation and is far ahead in the polls. A Republican in a predominantly Democratic state, Baker says he has the skills to work with the other side to get things done.
I do think over the course of the past 4 years we worked very hard to create a tone and a collaborative approach to governing that I believe is working for Massachusetts.
I think it's clear people expect a lot from their governor and want a governor who's going to aim high, take on the big challenges that are holding them back. And that's what we've offered this whole campaign.
Democratic challenger Jay Gonzalez was up early too, voting with his wife Cindy in Needham. He's called Baker a status quo governor, sparring with him over his handling of the MBTA and President Trump. A former state secretary of administration and finance, Gonzalez is the underdog, but he says the most important poll takes place today, Election Day. He thinks voters want change.
At the end of the day, this is about making a difference in people's lives, and we're going to find out today what the voters decide, but I think we're going to surprise people.
John Maroney for Worcester News Tonight.
Another race getting a lot of attention in Massachusetts is the race for Senate between Elizabeth Warren and Jeff Diehl. Both candidates casting their ballots this morning as well. Monica Medea has more.
Democratic Senator Elizabeth Warren casting her ballot this election day at her busy polling place in Cambridge.
I'm back here today to vote, and
I hope get a chance to keep on fighting for the folks of Massachusetts.
Her opponent, Republican Jeff Diehl, exercising his right to vote in Whitman.
Just a nice chance to do what you can for our country, for our state, for my town, and that's what I've always been about.
Diehl plans to spend the day traveling around the state in his campaign RV, shaking hands with voters. Warren says she'll be making calls before her party tonight in Boston, where she hopes to celebrate re-election.
I work hard for the people of Massachusetts, but we need allies down in Washington. I stood on the floor of the United States Senate when health care hung by one single vote.
Diehl hoping for a change.
I think today is going to be a day where people of Massachusetts are going to put their interests first and say, I know someone who's going to go down there in Washington and work for me every day, versus someone who really is more focused on promoting herself and running for president.
And that was Monica Medea reporting. There are also 3 voter questions on the ballot today. Question 1 has to do with putting limits on the number of patients assigned to nurses. Groups supporting a yes vote say it would lead to better care and shorter hospital stays. However, those pushing for a no vote saying rigid ratios will have big consequences. Question 2 has to do with creating a commission to look at election spending. And question 3 proposes the repeal of a 2016 law which bans discrimination against transgender people in public places. Switching gears now, after more than a decade on the department, a longtime Central Massachusetts police chief is resigning. Leicester Police Chief Jim Hurley will retire December 13th after almost 13 years with the department. He says it wasn't an easy decision and will be leaving to work for the New England State Police Information Network as a field director. The town says he's been a tremendous asset to the county. Leicester's police chief recruitment process currently goes through the state. The town is looking at keeping this process, voting to make the select board responsible or regionalizing with nearby communities. Well, the PawSox are getting out the vote today, but not for the election. The team is asking fans to come up with a new name for the ball club in Worcester. Several names like the Woo Sox have been mentioned, but nothing is official yet. Our Chandler Walsh joins us now with more. Chandler?
Olivia, the team says they'll do business as the Worcester Red Sox, but need a team nickname. They say it's been a debate internally and externally, and are hoping polling the community helps.
Worcester residents fulfilling their civic duty are also being asked to help name the city's future AAA baseball team. The team, along with Assumption sports marketing students, stood outside 5 polling locations, filling up their own ballot box.
Throw it in there.
Having people vote for whether they want the Woo Sox to be named the Woo Sox or they want something else more creative.
We hear, ooh, yeah, we love the name Woo Sox, or anything but.
Bart Harvey is the special assistant to the chairman of the Pawtucket Red Sox. He says they want the name to honor both the Boston Red Sox brand and Worcester's history. At the polling location on Holden Street, voters threw out ideas like the monkey wrenches, a tool invented in Worcester, and the Worcester Rockets.
Goddard was not far from here, and he was the creator of the rocket. Do you call them the Worcester Rockets? There are a ton of unique things you can use in Worcester's history to try and make a unique identity for the team.
Assumption College is one of Worcester Red Sox 21 founding sponsors. The team says having their help on the project is big. And for Assumption senior Danielle Rassicott, being involved in this process means more.
And also I think it's cool that I went out and helped found the actual name that they're going to be called and what they're going to brand and give everybody. I think that's really cool feeling.
The team is also asking for suggestions online throughout the month. Once all votes are cast, they'll pick finalists and have the community vote on the official team name.
We want fans to feel like they're being heard.
And name suggestions can be entered on Polar Park's website until November 26th. Chandler Walsh, Worcester News Tonight.